Cyberpunk away.
You don't believe in no fate.
The music.
Fuck. Step in the pit with the snakes. City of dreams, city of
Night City Water.
Oh my god, Juanita here. Today's
Juanita?
news is Nova Max.
Hi there. New to Night City? It's not so bad here.
Dude, I'm
How was
so
feeling
fucking
today?
excited.
Because I feel amazing.
The food. The Thai on 7th and Haywood. The pierogies down by the docks.
Our home, our pride. And as always, your business is my business.
And this is your World News Update.
I honestly can't believe we're getting this game. Literally in 2 months.
It's happening.
In 2 months. God. I really am praying that this does not get delayed again. I hope.
Endless possibilities.
It's only 2 months. They can't do it now.
You know what?
If it was 3 months, I'd be like, alright, fine,
I know,
cool.
I know.
But 2 months, they can't do
The
that.
homeless population in Night City has
I
risen
just
by
need this
300%.
game to go gold, and then we're officially in the home
Crime
run.
in Night City is now double the rate than in the new United States.
Dude, oh god. Damn.
You want to be some kind of hero?
That's a fight this city won't let you win.
On your own, you're fucked.
Oh, it's Keanu Reeves.
Well, on that note, that's it for today's Info Flash. Sleep tight, Night City.
Dude, there's
The
just...
grass ain't greener anywhere
this
else.
game is gonna take... To me, like
Night
Spider-Man.
City. What does
Just
it
so
mean
much
to
to
you?
look at.
How well do you know its history? Who was Richard Knight? How many stations are in the NCART system? Which city district boasts the best burrito in town? The answers to these questions and more can be found at the address at the bottom of your screen. Check it out and fall in love with Night City all over again.
Damn.
She pulls my trigger, got me up alright. It's a danger play here in Night City.
November 19th.
I want it.
Let's start at the beginning. How did Night City come to be? Because yes, it exists in the world of the tabletop, but how do you take that and make what we've got now?
Well, yeah, as you can imagine, making a city that is as big and complex as Night City is quite the ambitious project. First off, we sat down and we were really
Have
considering
a wind turbine in the middle of the
what is it that we wanted to
building.
do with Night City. In a way, Night City is
Did you just
the
see so many
style
cars
of
going through
Cyberpunk,
it?
right? It is one of its main characters.
Oh, no,
We
I thought
wanted
this was
to
a right
make
turn.
a city that is very, very believable, right? I mean, the word immersion gets thrown around a lot, but really, we wanted you to be able to dive into it and feel like this is a real place. And then secondly, we also wanted to provide enough variety between districts so that exploring Night City would always be fun, right? There's no point in making a city that is all same-ish, and you know, it doesn't really matter where you go because once you've been through one district, you feel like you've been through all of them. So for that, we first off started taking a look at the real-life geography that Night City is located on, and that would be on the coast of California. Knowing that Night City would be a coastal city gave us a bit of insight into what we would expect from the city layout. You'd expect the port, you'd expect huge industrial areas that would facilitate this kind of trade that you would assume a city of this type would have with the world. And then we went through and actually divided the city into several districts, 6 of them, and some of them are based on the original
6
lore.
districts.
We decided to give their own characteristics in terms of architecture, their demographics, the kind of people that would live there, and also the function within the city. Each of
that's
these
cool.
districts in
It's a
turn
nice
we
design.
divided into further sub-districts, which we further characterized using the more grand theme of the larger district. This process, I think, has resulted in a city that feels quite alive, has a lot of character, where each district feels like its own distinct zone without feeling separated from the larger picture. And that results in something that allows the player to easily navigate even the complex concrete jungles of Night City.
That's actually
simply
cool.
by looking around and always
You want
having a
what?
rough
I want that
idea
neon sign
where
that he
you
has on the
actually
back.
But Night City
Oh, that
is
would be pretty
clearly
dope.
That's
so
so fucking
different
cool.
from anything we've ever created with The Witcher. Can you give us some idea about, or some insight into just how big and like how densely packed Night City really is?
Yes, so I'm not exaggerating when I'm saying that Night City is easily the most complex thing that I or the others have worked on. The city is super organic, right? It's not like a chessboard layout, but the layout of the city is crazy, and you can tell that it grew in phases, right? Where buildings have been built on top of each other, and I guess the mega buildings that we have showcased are a great example of this. You'll actually see that they are located on some kind of pillar, you know, and then expand outside and then up high into the sky, and underneath it you'll have space for other buildings. This yields a lot of interesting experiences when it comes to exploration, and that's the one thing I'm most excited about for players to experience. We've been saying that our exploration is super vertical, right? But what this really means is that it changes the way you explore the city. Compared to our previous games, you won't be able to easily set out on a target in the distance, right? You won't be able to say, oh, there's a castle on a hill over there, I'll try to get there, and then you'll be lost on the way. But here it's much more intimate, much more moment to moment. You might be roaming the cities and get a call by your fixer who informs you about a job nearby that you might be able to do, right? Or you find an alleyway and you walk down one of the many alleyways that the city has to offer, and it's always a surprise. You don't know if you might stumble upon some gangers hanging out that are up to no good. Sometimes, and these are the moments that I often get surprised with, you even stumble upon the odd elevator that is meant to connect parts of the, you know, different layers of the city. And it's quite astonishing sometimes to see where you come out when you enter one of these and, you know, find that, oh, this is actually how it connects to the world. That's crazy. And now I'm here, and now I know there's a shortcut that I can take. And again, this all serves to really enhance the sense of wonder that we all come to love from open world games, and the whole city is built to cater to that.
I mean, you guys have really brought Night City to life, and I really want to make a point of that. It is a living, breathing city. So as a level designer, can you give us some insight into those little touches that you guys have made? Because I hear you guys have even been placing rubbish by hand.
Oh yes, we've been placing quite a bit of rubbish, and that's certainly one of the more glorious parts of being a level designer or an environment artist, where you get to litter the streets that you've spent time building with the garbage. But it's details such as this that we find really important to make the city feel alive, and also we take great pride in the process of making this, right? We have a lot of fun actually placing a lot of what we call mini stories, right? These are little encounters that you can find when you simply walk along the streets. Of course, we have huge quests, right? Side quests, we have lots of side activities that you can do, but it always is nice to just kind of stop down for a minute and take a look at your surroundings that we have so lovingly created, and try to see if there maybe isn't something that you can be a little detective for. Now, one other thing that I think is really cool is also the fact that we have actually named every single street in the city. So
that's my area right there.
Communicate their
Jig Street.
They want you to visit by sort of referring to the street names, but also you will be able to talk to your friends about it in that way, right? Have you been to Poplar Street in Japantown?
Have you guys been to Jig Street? They give you one hell of a jig.
This is a small detail, but the philosophy that we have with these kind of
everybody gets one.
You know,
gets one.
I got a jig in the back alley. You know what I mean?
Then you being able
right? It's gonna be so hard to fight. It's like you're gonna be like, guys, did you find out one hooker in the back alley doing drugs? And it's like, no, it's like the entire city. What do you mean?
Well, Miles, thank you so much for giving us your insight. I suppose
like, we're
when
probably
the
not
game
even gonna see the
launches,
shit
you
that
could be
you
an
are.
official
Like,
Night
that's
City
nuts.
tour guide
It's
instead,
all
right?
I'm starting in the
Right.
desert, so
Yeah,
you guys
no,
definitely won't see what I'm seeing.
I know. I'm me doing the
retire
corpo.
and become a tour guide in Night City.
I'm gonna be the bad guy.
Don't forget that if you are tuning in late, or if you just want to watch anything again, we will be uploading everything to our channels soon.
The gang.
Might be a Twitch.
The gangs of Night City.
Basically, what you're saying is
How
targets
things work in Night City.
and free income.
But that's how things stand. You're either somebody.
Oh, look how dope. That's what I'm gonna be seeing. Just like desert and then just a city in the distance.
Be very careful, my friend. We are all so far from home.
Which gang's the city's biggest and baddest, according to the NCPD?
Scabs hold the body count title. Or Maelstrom, depending on the season.
One time, a Maelstrom ganger killed a young kid right in front of my eyes. For shits and giggles.
Crumb-sucking psychos.
And who the fuck are you to say what can and can't be? I'm gonna introduce you to our meat grinder. About time we had some fun!
I like these guys.
They seem like they party.
I hate these Borg fuckers.
Just a gang like any other.
They're cyborgs and kill kids.
The Valentinos. They follow God and the Santa Madre. Honor means something to them.
How'd you meet Jackie?
We started out together.
In the Valentinos?
No, in the fucking Bible book club.
I gotta give style points to the Valentinos. They have a punishment for every occasion.
Gangster life, puto! Quick shout out to everyone in Haywood and Santo Domingo. Lately, the Valentinos and 6th Street have had a bigger bone to pick.
6th Street. Why'd they want to wipe you?
I can't fucking stand Tinos.
I've dealt with 6th Street before. We do the run, they'll transfer the cred.
Come on, let's go before 6th Street shows up. Shot! Any more Second Amendment fans in the house, huh?
Hate those bastards. Vomit lofty patriotic bullshit all day. Time to bring on the future.
Any idea how many attacks from behind the Black Wall we neutralized? If the Voodoo Boys breach the Black Wall, we'll all be fucked.
Voodoo Boys. Urban myth, I thought. Just
Oh, it's like Avatar.
No such gang.
And the Matrix.
Things about it. Voodoo Boys, best runners in town.
You do not steal from the Voodoo Boys. I see.
Oh god, he's gonna kill the chicken.
For them,
This would be my gang. I'm gonna be like the whitest. I'm gonna be the whitest person in the Voodoo gang. Hell yeah.
Our home.
You guys get the Valentinos and the other guys. Nah, I got the Voodoo gang.
Are the craziest fucking gang in this
fucking roided people. The fucking animals. Everyone on steroids.
Alright, I like the Maelstrom. They seem like they have
They're
fun.
hired muscle. Someone else needed them.
Oh my god.
I fucked you over.
I don't feel like these guys. I don't want to
Start
get
of the
fucking
story, somebody
murdered.
fucked the corp. See how this works now?
My husband's new Westbrook. Very high in the Tiger
These
Claws.
seem like my people right
They
now.
did what made the best eddies. Sold sex and black
Oh yeah.
The future Yakuza.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Oh yeah, that's my group.
Know what else they do well?
Oh, they own Jig Street.
Oh, he hit fucking
Well, that makes sense,
sorcerers.
actually.
The tigers will kill us. Come on, baby.
Mox.
Tiger
Never
Claws killed one
mind.
of those
I'm
babies.
joining.
People took matters into their own hands.
I know what club I'm attacking constantly.
The Moxies or the fucking Yakuza gang?
The whole freak show.
Dude, I'm with the Voodoos attacking these people.
Us Moxes have
Dude,
each
when
other's
fucking
back.
multiplayer comes out,
Look
oh,
out
that's
for
gonna be
one another.
nuts.
You looking for some company
fuck.
tonight?
How'd you hook up with the Mox?
I thought Susie and the gang could really change something in this city.
Moxes and nomads don't seem so different. Both
This is
seem
your
to yammer
gang,
a lot
Josh.
about
You're gonna be a part of the
community,
nomads.
Solidarity.
I am
You
the
got
nomads.
Badlands. Not much going on out here.
That you know of.
This is an ecosystem. Nomads, Raft and Shiv, corporations, and drifters, they form a complete whole. Remove one part,
They're all gonna be dead by the time I leave.
Here in the Aldecaldos, it all stays in the family.
They look like they got some dope ass cars though. All-terrain vehicles.
This family will go to hell and back.
Everyone in this city lives in their own bubble. And either you fly
Damn,
high
bro.
or sink into quicksand.
That's gonna be fucking nuts. November 19th, get your bastard.
Mateusz, thank you so much for joining us. I have personally been really excited to give people a closer look at the gangs. We've shown a little bit on Twitter, but their styles are so distinct.
Yes, I enjoyed them a lot as well in our game. I think they're very cool.
But let's start then with the kind of role that they play, because gangs really do play a prominent role in Night City, correct?
Yes, definitely. The gangs, they rule the streets of Night City. You know, they
Oh,
have
how
the
do you
newest
pronounce the last
cyberware,
name?
They have the newest weaponry.
I didn't even
and
see his
they're-
name.
They're really a power that
It was
everyone
like
needs
Thomas.
to
It was something like that.
thinking of operating in Night City. You will encounter them.
It like
as you
started
explore
with
the city,
Thomas
of
and then
course,
started
but
adding
also
like
as you
X's and
complete
I's.
Main quest,
Oh, no.
side quest, different jobs for the fixers. Sometimes you might even get hired by them.
But then, I suppose everybody's thinking then, can you join a gang?
Well, V is a merc, and mercs of Night City are this unique, distinct group that stick mostly to themselves, right? And they get jobs from variety of factions. They can get jobs from corporations, they can get jobs from gangs, they can get jobs from different kind of like influential clients. Because of this, nobody will ever trust a merc to be one of them, right? And the gangs are no exception here. They are looking only for like people that they know will be loyal to them, right? And that they will fight for their cause
He seems
all
so
of the
angry.
time, not just some of the times when it's profitable
Who
to them.
hurt you?
So because of this, V will mostly stick to the afterlife. And the afterlife are this group of mercs, this legendary group of mercenaries in Night City. They get the best jobs, they get the most money, the best clients, and so on. So if you want to become a legend in Night City, you are going to the afterlife.
So we've obviously mentioned distinct style then. So does that mean there are kind of special gang-themed weapons and items and clothing for players to find and use?
Yes, definitely. There are different vehicles that you can drive, for example. There are cars, there are motorbikes.
I want the motorcycle.
Of course, there are different pieces of clothing themed after gangs. There are weapons and so on. So yeah, definitely there are things to look forward to.
I suppose as somebody who's spent as much time as you have kind of getting to know the gangs, I have to ask, which is your favorite and why?
So I would have to say probably Maelstrom.
Yeah, crazy
they have
bastards.
this unique, distinct feel.
God, the
and
fucking-
this weird aesthetic
the
about
character
them.
design, yeah.
So the idea about Maelstrom is they are people who want to cross the
That's
boundary
terrifying.
between the machine and human, right? They are changing so much of their body with cyberware that they no longer look human, really. On top of that, they are also very unpredictable. It's very difficult to say what they will do at any point when you meet them. At one moment, they can be shaking hands with you, and at the other moment, you know, they will pull gun out on you, and they bring in this element of chaos into the game, which I really enjoy personally.
Oh, Matty, thank you so much for joining us. It's always interesting to learn what your favorite gang is. I think it kind of tells me a little bit about you.
Oh, does it?
That he's a psycho.
What does it say about me?
Well, we'll talk about that later. But for now, before we wrap up today's
We'll talk about that later.
episode, we asked people to show us their creativity and design a PC case mod, Cyberpunk style. Our panel of judges selected 5 finalists and we teamed them up with professional case modders to bring their concept to reality.
Alien, where is?
These 5 amazing designs will be fighting for the main prize, an Alienware Aurora PC along with other awesome gaming peripherals, brought to you by our partners, Alienware, Nvidia, and SteelSeries. Let's see the mods.
That's fucking cool.
I absolutely love this one.
Damn.
The whole aesthetic works with each other.
Absolutely next level. Honestly, kind of terrifying.
God, just imagine having that in your room. It's so cool.
Exactly the type of thing I would expect to find at a trade show.
It really looks like it could have come straight out of the game.
Damn. I want the moving arms. It seems so cool.
To watch the full PC case modding video and to get more information about when the winning design will be available on charity auction, stay tuned to our social media channels. Looking at those PC case mods, it reminds me that we do have one more thing to reveal. If you're going to be playing Cyberpunk 2077 on PC when it launches this November, we do have some specs to share that I think some of you have been waiting for.
Show you guys.
The minimum system requirements for Cyberpunk are a Windows 7 or 10 PC, an Intel Core i5-3570K or AMD FX 8310, 8 gigs of RAM, and an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 780 or an AMD Radeon RX 470. In the storage department, the game will take up roughly 70 gigs of space,
Dude,
and
that's
although
only
it will
7
run off a
gigabytes.
HDD, we do recommend an
Nuts.
SSD. As for the recommended specs, you're in the green if you're rocking Windows 10, an Intel Core i7-4790 or AMD Ryzen 3 3200G, 12 gigs of RAM, and an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060 or AMD Radeon R9 Fury. Thank you so much for joining us for episode 3 of Night City Wars.
So, specs-wise, Cody, you need to upgrade your fucking processor.
Yes, I'm aware.
Fucking i3. I don't think that game is even running on that.
It'll do fine.
Cody, I don't even know how you're able to even run any video games in the first place.
It'll do fine.
I just want Cody to boot up fucking Cyberpunk. It's like, you cannot even open this up. It's like, no. Change your fucking processor. Josh is fine. He's good. He's good with the requirements. You disgusting fuck. Your graphics card should be fine, hopefully, and you need to change your processor. You just disappoint me, Cody. I have nothing to say.
It'll do fine.
No, it won't. You say it'll do fine. Where does it say? Oh yeah, in
The
Core
species are
i3.
literally gonna come burst into flames.
Oh my god. He literally boots it up. You just see the Cyberpunk logo. His fucking PC starts to flame up. He's like, oh, is this a part of the game? Is this part of the game?
So immersive.
This is fine. It's working fine.
Oh yeah, great. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so excited for Cyberpunk. Man, fuck.
It's gonna be so fun, and obviously I'm going to beat it before you get. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, no. I promise that I'm going to beat this game. This is a game that I've been waiting for fucking so long. I've been waiting for this game for 5 years. Fuck.
I'm probably gonna play it for 3 weeks and then forget that I have it.
100%. We know that's gonna happen. Honestly, I don't think you will. I think you'll do good. I think you'll actually play it.
Or I'll almost get till the end and then I won't finish it. Because that's usually how I beat.
Oh, to think back in 2013, Jesus Christ, when it was teased.
That gave us the time to celebrate the things that connect.
That's so long ago.
I know. We've come so far.
We've come so far and so little time.
In the end, it doesn't even matter.
God, we're almost fucking there.
So you say that, but then it's gonna be delayed to 2077, and we're gonna be like, oh, now the title makes sense.
Fair enough.
Come touch me like I'm an ordinary man. Have a look in my eyes. Underneath my skin there is a violence. It's got a gun in its hands. Ready to make, ready to make.
The only tease that we got.
Anyone, anything, anyone, anything, anyone, anything, anyone, anything, anyone, anything. Black holes living in the side of your face. Razor wire spinning around your around your around your around your around your around your around.
I'm just waiting for the blade hands.
Oh yeah.
I remember this trailer.
Oh yeah. Everybody was so hyped. They're like, oh shit, this is gonna be fucking nuts. Dude.
And blading. Yeah, I remember seeing this and be like, what the fuck is this? And you're like, oh, it's based on a tabletop game. Like, what the fuck?
Bro!
Oh. 14 people are dead, 4 others suffered serious injuries.
Fuck! Cyberpunk. God.
To think they probably didn't even have Keanu at this point.
No. Freddy.
That's still relevant now.
I mean, yeah. God, dude. Oh, I can't believe.
Personal responsibility. Personal.
Dude, to just think we're fucking 2 months. Alright, last fucking prediction. What is your feeling? Are we going to get a delay next month, or you feel confident that it's coming out November 19th?
Alright, so do you want my honest opinion?
Your honest opinion, yes.
It's gonna come out, and it's gonna be total trash.
You think so?
We're all gonna waste our money. We're all gonna call it a big L.
We're all just gonna call it a big L.
It'll update in 3 months. We'll all play together, and we'll be like, okay, this isn't so bad.
That's gonna be your opinion. Okay, so you're honest. Okay, cool. Josh, what do you think?
I mean, I don't think this game's gonna be any more crazier than any like other game that comes out, like like Grand Theft Auto or like like a Witcher game or a Fallout game, whatever. I think it's all, it's good that it's unique and it's the first of its series. That's what's really gonna capture people. But I'm trying not to get overhyped. But I think it's gonna be a fun, decent game. But yeah, I think if they do release in November, there's gonna be a lot of glitches. I 100% believe that, but I mean, sometimes the glitches make it even more fun, right?
Keeps it interesting, really.
Like, with how much they're promising, 7 years is a long-ass time, but, if it's gonna be a no-bass game, most games already have issues upon release, usually, so, I mean, a game that's
yeah, of course.
so detailed to the fact that they're, literally trash can be blowing in the fucking wind and shit, I think there's going to be some issues, but I think it's going to be good. And then, obviously, multiplayer is going to be even funner when you can play with, other people, yeah.
Which is going to be separate, too, which I like, too. That's going to be its own game alone with itself, since that's, a whole project they've been working on, too.
And then those servers are going to be trash, and we're all going to be sad. We're going to wait a month until they get better servers.
Why is Cody so negative? Cody just
so that way,
it's called keeping your ego in check.
I know.
No, so that way when it comes out and it's awesome, he'll be like, hallelujah. He'll be like
exactly.
that,
Lower this is a win-win for me. Either it comes out and it's fucking dope, or it comes out and I get to tell you I told you so. I play both sides. So I always win.
So, yay November 19th or no?
Yay, I think they're finally going to do it.
I think at this point, they have to, I mean, they could always redelay it, but then it's just stop setting dates. Then let us know when you're literally 2 or a month or 2 from finally releasing, and then tell us don't keep promising just to realize that there's other bugs and more bugs, and the bugs you fix start other bugs. You know what I mean? Okay. But yeah, I think November 19th. I mean, at this point, it's either do or die.
I mean, I think it's I agree. I think we're at the tail end of the finishing of whatever they have to do, the polishing.
You know what I mean? Because if they had what was it supposed to release in October, and then they pushed it back to September, and then
this month, yeah.
So they pushed it back 2 months. I mean, they gave themselves 2 months. So do you think it's they knew what they had to do in 2 months, or it's that? But I feel if there was so much to do, you would have either not put a date or been we don't think we're releasing until after January and stuff. Unfortunately, we just want to make sure the game's perfect. They gave a set date, so I think this time it's they really can't back out of it unless they're just gonna look like assholes.